Welcome back, everybody. Today we are this is basically a news time, but it's not really like a news time, I guess you could say. We're not reviewing really. We're discussing the games from last night, taking on key moments from each game and analyzing them. So we're gonna start off with Carolina versus the Rangers. There was a lot of interesting things that went down in this game. Early, there was a very good goal early. Then there was a huge fight early, and then the Canes just started using the Rangers for the first period. The second period, I want to say the Rangers kind of did come back. I mean, they scored a goal, but the Canes also scored one. So like the Rangers were still in the game after the second period, but like it was a much better second period than what it was in the first period. Third period was that too. The Canes also scored another goal, and then the Rangers scored to make it 3-2. Rangers unfortunately could not score another goal, and it was a 3-2 win for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, yes, for Faust, I don't think he returned to the game after the one hit. So yeah, that's not good. He's a defenseman, I think. No, he's a forward. That is not very good for the New York Rangers, to be honest. All right. Well, there's a lot of few things that I missed with that game. Panarin was invisible. He got an assist, and that was basically it. I didn't see him at all. I don't even think he had any shots, honestly, because like he hardly held the. Because like I was barely saying his name when he had the puck. Like he seemed invisible. 95 points for just an assist in the playoffs. Like what? It's not very good at all for Panarin. Not a good first game. Now, let's review the Blackhawks versus the Oilers, because this was probably the most enraged game that the chat of my live stream ever had. So, like, a lot of us were rooting for the Oilers, but there was a lot of us rooting for the Hawks, because, like, we were pretty split half and half. We were like, no, I want to do it. It was like, maybe 2 or 3 people wanted the Hawks to win, and then 2 or 3 people wanted the Oilers to win. It was, like, kind of split half and half. So, I predicted the Oilers to win because I think they're just a better team, and I don't mean that in any offense at all, Chicago or Chicago fans, but I just think Edmonton's the better team. I think Chicago's young core is kind of dying. Kane, Taze, they're all kind of starting to like die. I mean, not in that way, but like they're starting to like decline. So yeah, I don't see it. And Duncan Keith scored a goal. Let's get into that. So, the Oilers got a power play goal very early, and the Blackhawks scored 4 goals in like 10 minutes. I'm like, what? So, no, not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. So, like, the Blackhawks started popping off really early, and it actually looks pretty good for the Blackhawks, because if they can do that, then they have the powers to beat Edmonton. But the thing is, like, can they do it again is the question. After the fifth goal, which made it 5-2, they swapped out Mike Smith for Mikko Koskinen, which I think was probably the better decision because Koskinen only let in 1 goal after that. And that goal was a ripper, and that goal was an absolute ripper. So like, there's no way he was stopping that, even if he was the best goaltender in the league. So, like, yeah, and then the Oilers started coming back. Like, it was late when the Oilers came back and made it 6-4. So, like, they couldn't, like, score 2 goals to actually come back, which was kind of annoying. I get it, but, like, it's still pretty cool that they somewhat came back. So, yeah, final score was 6-4 Oilers. 6-4 Blackhawks. I think it was a very good game for the Blackhawks. Not to mention Adam Boquist. Dominic Kubalik, a rookie forward for the Blackhawks, Calder Trophy finalist. In his postseason debut, scored 5 freaking points. You can't tell me that's not unbelievable. Like, that's just absolutely insane. So yeah, like, and then not to mention the Derek Caggiula. Derek Caggiula will be having a hearing today. We will have the video out about his suspension coming out at a later date in a few hours when the actual thing comes out. But I will be watching hockey games, so get ready. I've actually found something that can have me watch hockey games down here, but the thing is, I can't stream, so that's fine. But like, it's a little bit annoying. But yeah, Sunday will be my off day when it comes to streaming. So I'm sorry about that. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the Dominic Caggiula hearing will be today. It was an illegal check to Tyler Ennis. It the way I kind of look at it is Tyler Ennis kind of got ripped off because he got hit. He went after Caggiula, got body slammed, and got a penalty. Like it was a losing battle for Tyler Ennis. Like he just got pummeled in like that amount of time. So like I think the team even scored a goal too. So that's a bit sad, to be honest with you. But anyways, Tyler Ennis was able to finish the game, but Drake Caggiula was also able to finish the game. So, and he was given no penalty. I'm like, why is that no penalty? That's an illegal check. I don't know why Ennis got that penalty. But anyways, it's an illegal check to the head. It violates the NHL's Department of Player Safety. He'll have a hearing tomorrow, or today, I'm sorry. We'll have that video out at some point. So yeah. Isles versus Panthers. Now, this was the one out of the 5 games that I did not watch because it overlapped with the Blackhawks Oilers. So, I heard that I didn't watch it. I think I watched highlights, kinda. But I didn't actually go back and analytically watch the game. But you know what I mean. Anyways, well, I think Johnny Boychuk had to leave because of a huge hit, and then during my stream, when I was just going on other people's stream to get drop a like and say hi, I went onto Isles Girl's stream, and I walked into her screaming. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Yeah, so like, from what she was acting, it seemed like a pretty crazy game. But like, I wasn't there. It was 2-1 Isles. I saw the goals, but like, I didn't watch the full highlights, the full saves, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I will definitely be watching that series at some point. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about that one. It's just that one was a really good game. Montreal versus Pittsburgh. This one's also a very interesting game. Now, of course, as you guys know, I'm a Flyers fan, even though I support all teams on this channel. And like, when you be honest, like when you review all teams, you kind of start to lose hate for teams. So like, I'm starting to lose hate for Pittsburgh since I'm talking about them. So like, but yeah, I get it. So with that game, the Caps went up 2-0, 1 goal in the first period, 1 goal in the second. Pence came back in the second, also tied it. There was no goals in the third period, and Jeff Petrie scored an amazing overtime goal. I'm trying to think of interesting things from that game. Yeah, right. Brett Kulak got his first assist since December. I had to add that in. It was a pretty good game by the Habs, even though they nearly blew it. It was still a pretty good game, all in all. Now, anyways, the last game is going to take a while to talk about is the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames. The Flames popped off. The Flames popped off like the Blackhawks did. It was a very good game for the Calgary Flames. They deserved to win this one, but Winnipeg actually took a lot of casualties in this game. They lost Mark Scheifele. They lost Patrick Laine. Probably 2 out of the 3 biggest losses. I think Hellebuck's the third. Probably 2 out of the 3 biggest losses for this team, losing those 2 players. Huge loss. They will see specialists today, so we'll have news on that also. I think I heard that Laine has a wrist injury. What Scheifele has, I'm not too sure. His leg bent it when Matthew Tkachuk hit him. I'm like, oh. I'm like, uh-oh, that's not gonna be good. And then people started criticizing Matthew Tkachuk for an intentional hit. Now, I get it. It's Matthew Tkachuk. All Flames fans can be like, yeah, it's Matthew Tkachuk. But, like, I don't know, to be honest with you. I did a poll on Twitter, did Tkachuk hit Scheifele intentionally? It got 50 votes. I think 65% said no. So I guess it wasn't intentional, but I mean if he comes out and says something, then we'll find out. But anyways, it was not a very good game for the Blackhawks, for the Jets at all. The Flames played well, but the Jets were not good. I mean, they were all right. Hellebuck was really keeping them in that game, but still, it was not a good game for Chicago. Why was she saying Chicago? For that Jets team. And they lost 2 of their very key players. So we'll have more news on that coming up in the next couple of hours, likely. So yeah, now that we have that done, I need to get into a few snippets before the games for today. There's a lot of them, so I'm gonna be switching channels a lot. And so it looks like John Tortorella of the Columbus Blue Jackets confirmed that Jonas Korpisalo is going to start for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Makes sense. I mean, like, yes, he was injured for like half the season, but like, it makes sense. And then the other news is Tuukka Rask has apparently been deemed unfit to play for the exhibition game against the Flyers today. So Yaroslav Halak will start that up. I think Hart has been confirmed to play. So but they said that but the weird thing is they said that a few days ago they said that Rask had a hand injury. So like or a finger to your thumb or something. But they're like he's like, oh, I'm okay, but now he's deemed unfit to play. I'm like, what? I mean, like it's playoffs. It's playoffs. When you look at it deep down to earth, it's playoffs. So I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why he was deemed unfit to play. But anyways, even if it was COVID, you never know. I'm not gonna start starting theories. But like anyways, Rask is unfit to play. Harlock will be starting against the Flyers today. That's final. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. This episode was really fun to make. We will have more stuff on the hearing of Jake Kajula and probably the Line A and Scheifele injuries coming up in the next couple of hours. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.